Travels fast. Now, this is valuable.
which the blessed welcome be, O seeking souls, to this holy house of immaculates. I am Loic, enlightened one among immaculates, spokesman for the holy conduit, as she is spokesman for the goddess herself. Hers is the blood. Then it shall be my pleasure to answer them.
Diligently
We
will
are
I
the
read.
chosen ones of the goddess. The benedictions of the blood render our bodies and spirits unblemished, for such is her mercy, that we may all become part of the sacred soul. And you too, Seeker, could become one such part. You find yourself in the goddess's temple, therefore it follows she wants you to take the true path. So here, have this hallowed tome, read it, absorb the wisdom within, then find the second part and do with it the same. If an immaculate you want to be, a test of knowledge shall be your first step towards enlightenment. Do you hold it to be true, O Seeker, that you are ready to be tested? A most sacred trio of queries shall I put before thee, but even if thou falterest but a single time, unworthy will thou be deemed of the goddess's love. Blessed be your willing spirit. We commence. Premise the first. In honour of the goddess, that which was stellar must become sanguine. Correct?
Immaculate I want to be. The blood of the lost will flow.
Blessed be the goddess, and blessed be the conduit. Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
Diligently will I read the words of the goddess.
Give me the strength, O goddess, to become enlightened.
Blessed be the goddess, and blessed be the
Let
conduit.
me spill blood for thee, O Holy One. Let me
Give
spill
me the
blood
strength,
for thee, O
goddess,
Holy One.
to become enlightened.
Premise the second. The blood of the greater should be used in service of the lesser, so that balance may be achieved. Correct? Premise the third. Only those who have partaken in the spilling of blood and thereby created the stone that lives, the stone soaked with blood, may be called an immaculate. Correct?
Let me spill blood
Most
for thee.
gratifying. Oh, yes, most exemplary indeed. You have understood the words of the goddess, and I deem you worthy of her true test, of the true trial that shall make you an immaculate. The conduit, yes. She, the most exalted of all, second only to the goddess. It was she who brought us first her divine words, then her divine will, a will made real in blood. Truly, though, she is quite beyond your concern, O wandering soul. She stands so very high above your humble station. The goddess is the light and life of all. Corrupt is the world that generations of men and beasts have left behind, but immaculate it may be once more, cleansed in the blood of the unworthy. The few, the proud, the enlightened, theirs will be her kingdom. When red has run until no red is left, a paradise we will have shapen, and the goddess will dwell among us. To become an immaculate, you must experience both the goddess's bane and her boon. Leave Silver Glen and take the western path. Follow it to where the winds howl and a great skull looms within the rocks. There you will find it, the hollow and the true trial within. Immaculate guards bar the way, but tell them you have my blessing and they shall let you pass. But take utmost care, the road is beset with horrors, and your mettle will be truly tested before you've even set foot within the goddess's trial. It would behoove you to train in advance of setting upon that treacherous path. Luck-seeker, I shall await you in the Chamber of Blood.
There must be some way to open this.
My, look at you. I bet your blood would fill a...
Another one for the collection. I've got my eyes on the prize. Heaven have mercy on your soul. man's trash is another man's trash.
Nadia whispering all kinds of accusations about Lawrence, but until she has proof, whispers they'll remain.
Hello and welcome to our shop. I am the son. You've probably noticed that my mother Nadia and I aren't from around here. No. We traveled rather far from our hometown to plant new roots here in Silver Glen. My father, Ben, his death was somewhat mysterious. And we've traced the puzzle back to this little settlement. My mother will have plenty to say on that subject, if you're interested. Ma's a bit intense, to be sure. Set in her ways, but fiercely loyal to the family. Help her out and you've got a friend for life. Cross her, and you'll be better off skipping town. Not that that'll stop her from cursing your line for the next 1,000 cycles of bendis. My father was a good man, equal in character to his wife. His death nearly destroyed us, Ma and me. But now we're here, and we won't leave until we've held the proper parties accountable for their role in his death.
Alma Malbenita, a source hunter in Silver Glen. I have traveled mile on top of mile to find help, and now help has, appeared from skinny vapors. My story? Well, this is no small tale. I think perhaps you will be more interested in the short end of stick. I believe Lawrence, the leader of Mining Guild, tell my husband and many of other workers to mine deadly ore called tenebrium. Lawrence knew that this ore caused rot. Charming name, no? Yet ordered miners to continue. Many men, my Ben among them, become the sickness. And now they, kick down the bucket. But the sickness, it is not normal. It kills swift and terrible, not unlike Source. My son Sebi and I travel from our home to find truth. But this has proven not so easy. My sweet little Pomargo Vizago, my darling Ben. We got along like, peas and ferrets. But here there is work, very well paid, in mines, clearing special rock from silver mine. So he leaves Sebi and I to come to Silver Glen. We wait with hearts like stones for some months. And one day, we see familiar figure moving with strange steps on path toward cottage. We run to meet him and take him into our arms, but he collapses at our touch. We help him inside and set him to rest. But he was in terrible condition. Each hour he grow worse, rot so fast we hardly recognize him after 2 short days. He slip away from us, and we bury him with much grief. When his father die, Sebi become restless. Being of the age, he join army and go straight to front line. Though I was nearly old woman, I join army as healer to be near and look after my boy. There we saw special legionnaire using strange weapon. And this legionnaire soon come to my tent with the same disease that killed Ben. I discovered the tenebrium ore in this weapon. It was the ore that killed them both. I come to Silver Glen to discover truth, and here I find Lawrence, that arrogant man, conducts his business without apologize to any. Exactly this. Please, Source Hunter, you must help me prove that Lawrence made his workers to mine deadly tenebrium. For your help, I offer blessing from my homeland. Se vi mal successos, mi plantos rizzarbo cae tormenti via nepo soggiai branco. Translation is difficult, but it means something like, if you fail, I will plant cherry tree and haunt your grandbaby beneath branches. Good luck. I will do my best to give answer, Source Hunter. I have not found scrap of civilization among these apes. Sebi longs for heaping plate of my famous sire mule, but the local fairs support no fine food, unless squirrel meat inspire you. As for neighbors, well, those cultists would rather sacrifice supper to goddess than eat it. May Zalmoxis strike him down, the murderer! I have one goal in Silver Glen, to make him share in the suffering he caused. I am certain he has gained from making those miners take the tenebrium. Now I have only to prove it. Nothing natural could cause such terrible disease at mere touch. If you ask me, I say dark magic, maybe even Source at its root. Fuck that foul thing! terrible disease. It transforms flesh of living into flesh of corpse, while infected person still lives. Arms grow black and heavy, legs grow black and heavy, hair rots from scalp. Cielo helpo min! Oh, what memories I have.
I hope you haven't come for miner's work, my friend. That's goblin territory now.
Rejoice, stranger! The rot is cured!
Those damn toll trolls are such a nuisance.
Over here, 3 weeks. I'm able to share a moment together. Now I could take you on a wild ride if you like.
What news from the mines?
No news, sir. Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mine by yesterday. Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
Are you deaf? I said I want those goblins out. Make it happen, even if you have to spear Drexis yourself.
Welcome to the immaculate...
Source hunter, are you? What brings you to this neck of the woods? The goblins? The orcs? The cult? Or the whole pretty bouquet? Don't be surprised if you hear more than a few unkind words about yours truly around town. An overseer's got to enforce his share of unpopular guild decisions, you know. I'm finished with this one-pony rodeo, though. I did my best by these roughnecks, and now it's time for old Brandon to take a load off. In fact, you may be able to help speed my retirement plan along.
Let me.
Let's hear the details. I must say, I'm also intrigued.
Oh, I knew a source hunter'd perk up at the sound of a challenge. Between you and me, the Troll King's sitting on a piece of treasure of more value than even he knows. A metal called tenebrium that can fetch a prettier sum than its weight in gold. I intend to lift it, sell it, and live out the rest of me days in comfort. The devil's in the details, though, and I haven't managed to find a way to access the King's Cave, much less make off with the stuff without being noticed. But you're a source hunter. You can sniff out any point of mystery. So let's make a deal, You find the tenebrium and bring it to me, and I'll deliver you a few pieces of information about Silverglen, and Lawrence in particular, that are sure to make your mouth water. I wouldn't wish the wrath on me worst enemy, though. So let me give you a little something to contain the tenebrium bars. It's lined with the fragments of a special stone that keeps rats' ill effects at bay. Apart from Gungir's stature and incurable case of the uglies, it's not so different from a parakeet. Got a brain the size of a pea, and a fervent passion for all things bright and shiny. The nutty oaf sits on a river of silver beneath these mines, but leases it to the mining company for a fraction of its worth in gold. He'd rather put those hefty minions of his on toll duty than mine these hills himself for 5 times the reward. I can't be certain myself where his cave is located, but at least one of those oaf lackeys of his must know where to look. They've got to do something with all the gold they've gathered in the course of guarding those damn bridges, haven't they? I'm no man to refuse a source hunter. Ask away, friend. A strange sort of substance, discovered here around 2 years ago, and folks have been clamouring to get their paws on the rancid stuff ever since. To the right buyer, it's worth more than diamonds. Rat! You're a curious sort of fella, aren't you? Ask around. Half the men here have a brother who died from it. The other half were cured by that cult. I remember him well. Decent man, strong-backed, but something of a funny accent, no? He managed to leave Silverglen alive, but as I recall, the symptoms of wrath were already upon him.
Stay a while, darling. I just know I could take you on a wild ride.
What's business for you, anyway?
Well enough, well enough. Would be better if you glanced in my direction, though.
Truth is, I'm a wee bit short at the moment. Waiting for a particular plan of mine to pan out for now.
You believe in the gods, baby. Give you the answers for all my queries.
Have you ever seen a creature more pathetic than some?
A source hunter! My liege, I am at your disposal. I am Lawrence, the representative of the mining guild responsible for operations in Silver Glen. Please, valiant hunter, let us know how we can assist you. Oh, I am no one special. Merely a humble servant of the guild and shepherd to the happy flock of miners within this settlement. My only cause for complaint, Your Grace, are these awful goblins. They're starving us out, refusing even a single honest miner his right to work. Perhaps, my most upright highness, you might be able to help us with this little problem. You must forgive me if I become somewhat overcome when discussing it, my liege. To think how I've been betrayed. To think how the humble miners of Silver Glen suffer. I invited a tribe of goblins to assist us in clearing the tenebrium from our mine, you see. The leader of the troop, a certain spitting Satan named Drexis, promised to clear the tenebrium and be gone. When the job was done, though, he and his band of totem-brained fiends refused to vacate. They've kept close guard of the bridges to the mine since, and they'll slice whoever dares approach them into ribbons. These goblins follow Drexis like lemmings, Your Grace, and if only I could undo the traitor, they'd slither back to the swamp they crawled from. Drexis's head on my mantle would save countless miners from a slow starvation, my liege. What's one goblin over countless disenfranchised workers? Preposterous! What does that foreigner know about the affairs of Silver Glen? You do best to do as I do, my liege, and turn a deaf ear to her insane accusations. Please, Your Grace, I am completely at your disposal. Those brutes! I invited them here to save our valued miners from the ill effects of clearing tenebrium, and those interlopers met my invitation with a hostile takeover. They haven't allowed a single human miner past them in months, and meanwhile my men have all but forgotten their vocation and turned instead to their damned religion. Useless stuff, my liege, worse than common dirt, but 10 times as difficult to extract and infinitely more dangerous. If only we'd known in advance the terrible effect rot would have, we would have stopped trying to clear it immediately. Yes, a dreadful business, that. I've been fortunate enough to avoid the sickness so far, my liege, but my heart truly breaks for the families of those who've been afflicted. You see, my liege, when a miner has been overlong exposed to tenebrium, he begins showing certain symptoms. gangrene about the extremities, fatigue, malaise. At first we attributed these symptoms to, well, to poor diet, laziness, and general malingering. Had we known then what we've since discovered, we never would have continued operations. But alas, mistakes were made, and those we lost can never be brought back, no matter what that crackpot conduit would have one believe. My liege, you ought not to concern yourself with the fraudulent leader of a crackpot cult. Really, the whole affair is an utter embarrassment to Silverglen. Some insane huckster, calling herself the conduit of the goddess, made her way to Silverglen at the height of the rot hold on our miners. The people were desperate, you see. When by magic or illusion she managed to cure a handful of them of the affliction, every last one of the bunch began speaking of her as though she were some messiah. Now most of the town is taken with her little cult of immaculates, as she calls them. Fortunately for her, she disappeared shortly after her little trick, or I would have thrown her into prison and swallowed the key myself. Imagine hypnotizing an entire town with nothing more than snake oil. Ah, yes, Ben. Of course, one of our many noble miners, Your Grace. A smallish man. I believe he's around here somewhere, isn't he? Enough to know the whole institution has been a blight on productivity. With the blessings of the conduit to replace a sense of a job well done, the miners care hardly at all for getting the mines back in good working order.
On a wild ride if you let me.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as mean.
At least they don't have
that. Just look at him, asking Toll to cross a broken bridge. Ridiculous.
We're a mile away from the goblin camp beyond the canyon, but you can still smell them if the wind blows.
The mood fair games.
Blessed be. Welcome to Silverglen. Once a place of sin, now a place of salvation.
Come hither, sweetheart, or if I had a
They
star...
say a witch lives in the woods east of here, but I've never seen her myself. One day the conduit will smite her.
Oh no, pal of mine.
Hither, sweetheart, or if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy in
Little
my...
word of warning, traveller. The lands to the north are dangerous. Creepy crawlies as large as trolls over there.
Right, stranger. The rot is cured. The blight is...
Are you always
Over
this
here,
hard?
sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to show
What's business for you anyway?
Swell enough. Would be better if you'd glance in my direction, though.
Truth is, I'm a wee bit short at the moment. Waiting for a particular plan of mine to pan out for now.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm
Did
aching.
the sun come out? Or did you just smile at me? Me? I'm Ramon! I may not be a genie, but rub me right and I'll make your dreams come true. Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as tall and twice as me.
They don't have that distinct underside of a breach aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy. You must be in the wrong place, babe. The Miss Revellon contest is over there. Even true love has a price, angel face. Luckily for you, that price is but 250 golden coins. Fine. Break my heart. At least I'll go to heaven and see you there. No questions, please. Ramon does not ponder. He does not wonder. He only loves. Did the sun come out? Or did you even true love? So it is. But let's make sure there's a fireman standing by. Because, baby, you are smoking.
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
No, but he did that. He got the princess well.
There you are, Cuddles! Oh, where have you been all my life? Well, it seems I've got you right where I want you, darling. If you're ready to begin, I'll start by stripping you down. I want to see you in the raw. How does that sound? Ready and eager. Well, the question is, are you ready, Source Hunter? Are you prepared to face the repercussions of your heinous crimes against the goddess? She delivered us from rot and from all that is unholy in this cruel world. She of the source, and you would have her head, would you not? You've trained all your life to seek out and destroy that great power. Destroyer of source, defiler of all that is holy, face your judgment in the name of the conduit. And still, lost one, I fear this might hurt quite a bit. I wouldn't complicate things by thrashing about.
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
No,
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
princess Hunter or boom.
God, the fuse is getting shorter! Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop pocket, naughty princess. Leave you alone or boom.
Away with you!
Who did your boots in honey?
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess Haltan or boom!
God, the fuse is getting shorter! Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop pocket! Naughty princess! Leave fuse alone or boom!
My heart of steel!
My lucky charm! Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
Let the blood of your enemies be your motivation!
The princess will!
We won't be hearing from you for a while! God bless a scoundrel's tripwire!
Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess Haltan or boom!
God, the fuse is getting shorter! Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop pocket! Naughty princess! Leave fuse alone or boom!
Nothing but rubbish! The seven grand abundance!
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
No! Picky did that! He got the princess will!
Sigurd's beard! What a find!
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess Haltan or boom!
I guess someone else got here first!
God, the fuse is getting shorter! Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop pocket! Naughty princess! Leave fuse alone or boom!
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
No! Picky did that! He got the princess will!
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess Haltan or boom!
The fuse is getting shorter! Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop talking, naughty princess! Leave fuse alone or boom!
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
No, Bicky did that! He guards the princess well!
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess hold tongue or boom!
Gods, the fuse is getting shorter! Stop it! Freeze it!
Stop talking, naughty princess! Leave fuse alone or boom!
Let me go, you little monster! Away with you!
No, Bicky did that! He guards the princess well! You there! Back off! Bicky boom! One more step and Bicky boom!
No, don't go! Please help me! That thing is keeping me trapped here! It's crazy! It'll kill me!
Calm down. We're not coming any closer. Let's just talk about this.
Yes, don't worry, miss. We'll get you out of this fix somehow.
Princess keep her trap shut or Bicky boom! No folks, shoo or Bicky boom! Last warning or Bicky boom!
Please, somebody do something! Throw a bucket of water over the damn thing!
Foul tricks! Princess hold tongue or boom!
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! You saved my life! It was that cur of a Frederick that did this to me. He locked me in here with that ridiculous creature. Dear me, I need to get out of this room. Yes, I'll go downstairs to catch a breath of fresh air, but do come and talk to me again if you want to hear more about what transpired here. My thanks once more, sweet hero.
Another one for the collection.